The city lights twinkled like diamonds on the Hudson River as Olivia Martin stood in front of the glass-paneled window of her 26th floor apartment. To the outside world, she had it all: beauty, class, and the admiration of everyone who met her. A successful teacher at an elite Manhattan private school, Olivia was the kind of woman who turned heads without trying. But beneath the expensive perfume and designer dresses lay a restlessness she couldn't shake. Olivia was 33 and tired of playing by the rules. She had dated men who fit the mold: lawyers, bankers, polished entrepreneurs, but none of them stirred her in that uncontrollable, breathless way. That was until she met Daniel Weston. Daniel was her opposite in many ways. An older man with salt and pepper hair, a commanding voice, and the kind of charisma that made people lean in when he spoke. He was the school's psychology instructor and part-time counselor. Married, of course, with a picture-perfect family that often accompanied him to school events. His wife, Claire Weston, was a successful family law attorney, and their daughter Sophie was in second grade at the same school. Olivia didn't mean to fall in love. It began with shared glances at faculty meetings, then casual chats in the break room. Before long, their conversations deepened: philosophy, trauma, desire. He understood her. She felt seen in a way no one else had made her feel. One rainy evening, after a late parent-teacher conference, he offered her a ride home. "Are you sure?" Olivia had asked, glancing at the storm outside. "I insist," Daniel said, with a smile that made her stomach flutter. The silence in the car was electric. "You know," he said softly, his eyes never leaving the road, "sometimes I wonder if I made the right choices. Life feels rehearsed." She looked at him. "I know exactly what you mean." By the time they pulled up to her apartment, the unspoken truth between them was louder than thunder. That night, nothing happened, except the start of something neither could stop. Over the next 6 months, Olivia and Daniel spiraled into an affair that was equal parts euphoric and toxic. They met in hotels, dimly lit jazz bars, and sometimes in the back seat of his car during lunch breaks. They were reckless, addicted. Daniel always said he would leave Claire, but life got complicated. Claire had just made partner at her firm. Sophie's health had taken a dip, and they were preparing for a big move to Westchester. "I just need more time," Daniel told Olivia one afternoon, running his hand through her hair as they lay tangled in bed. "Time is a luxury I don't have," she whispered. The lies started to suffocate Olivia. She hated sneaking around, hated pretending like everything was normal at work. Worst of all, she was tired of feeling like a mistress. One evening, after a school event where Daniel acted like a perfect husband beside Claire, Olivia snapped. "Why do you parade her around like she's your queen, when you tell me I'm the one you love?" She hissed in a whispered argument behind the auditorium. Daniel looked torn. "It's not that simple. She's Sophie's mother. If I leave her now, she'll destroy me in court." "Then maybe I should make it simple for you," Olivia said, walking away. That night, she cried herself to sleep, unaware of the darkness her obsession was about to unleash. Claire Weston was not a stupid woman. She had noticed Daniel's distance, the extra showers, the late-night texts, and the final straw came when she found a hotel receipt hidden in the car. "Olivia Martin," she said aloud, reading the name on a school document she had taken home to review. Her gut twisted. She confronted Daniel that weekend. "Are you sleeping with Olivia Martin?" she asked calmly. Daniel froze. Then, as if it hurt to admit it, he nodded. Claire didn't cry. She stood up, picked up her briefcase, and said, "You just gave me full custody." Daniel was devastated. Olivia was thrilled. Finally, they could be together, but Daniel wasn't ready to face the fallout. Divorce proceedings began, messy and painful. His family was torn apart, and even though Olivia got what she wanted, Daniel began to retreat. He became cold, distant. "I never asked you to destroy everything," he said one night. "You said you loved me," she snapped. "I did, but I also loved my family. You don't understand what you've done." The resentment between them grew. Olivia began to feel abandoned again. But this time, the betrayal was unbearable. She started watching Claire. She followed her once, all the way to a Pilates studio in Soho, watched her from the car. A plan began to form. It started with anonymous notes. Claire found the first one taped to her office door. "He's still lying." The second was mailed to her home address. A printed photo of Daniel and Olivia sharing a kiss outside a hotel. She didn't tell Daniel. She didn't have to. The air between them had already curdled into something sour. Meanwhile, Olivia spiraled. What was once passion had turned into obsession. She checked Daniel's social media, his calendar, his classroom schedule. She memorized Claire's routine, even knowing where Sophie had her weekend piano lessons. It wasn't enough. One evening, as Daniel graded papers alone in his office, Olivia stormed in. "You don't get to just walk away from me," she snapped. Daniel rubbed his temples. "Olivia, please, this has gone too far." "Gone too far? After everything I gave up for you? I loved you, Daniel. I still love you. You loved an idea, not the reality." Those words cut deeper than a knife. Olivia stared at him, eyes wide with heartbreak and fury. "So what now?" she whispered. "I need to put Sophie first." She didn't ask for this mess. "And what about me?" she asked. "You should move on." That night, Olivia drank 2 bottles of wine and stared at her ceiling fan spinning above her like the wheels of her life going nowhere. She hated Claire. She hated Daniel more. But most of all, she hated how powerless she felt. The plan didn't seem violent when it began. It was meant to be a wake-up call. She'd confront Claire, woman to woman, let her know she had won, but it came at a cost. Olivia waited in the parking lot of Sophie's school one crisp autumn afternoon. She knew Claire would pick her up early that day. Daniel had a faculty meeting. When Claire walked out, hand in hand with Sophie, Olivia stepped in front of their path. Claire's eyes narrowed. "What do you want?" Sophie clung to her mother. "I just want to talk," Olivia said. "You think this is appropriate?" Claire snapped. Olivia's smile faltered. "You took him from me," Claire laughed bitterly. "You destroyed my marriage? And you think I took something from you?" The argument escalated quickly. Words were exchanged. Harsh truths. Ugly accusations. And then, Olivia reached for Claire's arm. Too hard. "Get your hands off my mother!" Sophie screamed. A nearby teacher saw the scuffle and rushed over. Olivia fled, tears streaking her face. Later that evening, Claire filed a police report for harassment. Daniel was horrified. "Olivia, what were you thinking?" "I just wanted to talk." "To my wife? In front of my daughter?" "She's not your wife anymore. She's the mother of my child. And you," he sighed deeply, "you need help." The restraining order came swiftly. Olivia was placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. Rumors swirled among staff. Students whispered. Her reputation crumbled. Her phone stopped ringing. Her inbox filled with silence. Daniel blocked her number. She sat on her kitchen floor one night, surrounded by empty wine bottles, mascara smudged, hair tangled. The silence was unbearable. The next morning, She checked herself into a private psychiatric clinic upstate. 6 months passed. Claire finalized the divorce. She moved to a new home with Sophie and started seeing a therapist to help Sophie process everything. Daniel resigned from the school. The scandal had tainted his reputation beyond repair. He took a job consulting for a private practice in Boston and moved out of state. As for Olivia, she completed her inpatient stay and began rebuilding her life. Therapy became her lifeline. She started teaching art classes at a local community center under a different name. But some scars never truly fade. One day, while walking through Central Park, she saw a father swinging his daughter around in circles. The girl's laughter filled the air. Olivia paused, watched. Her heart clenched. That life, that family, was never meant to be hers. Obsession is a fire. It warms you at first, then consumes everything in its path. Olivia confused intensity for intimacy. Daniel mistook excitement for love. Claire learned that protecting peace sometimes means walking away, even when you're the one who's been wronged. In the end, no one truly won. Everyone lost something. Let this be a reminder. Love, when built on lies and betrayal, never leads to happily ever after.